You blinked, and the market crashed. The biggest one-day drop in history just happened. The reason? A decision by Trump that brought back fears of another Great Depression. The whole world is on edge, and your financial stability could be at risk, even if you've never invested a dime. In this video, you'll find out what's really behind all this and what you can do now to protect your financial future. Like, comment, and share to help others protect themselves too. Historic stock market drop. What seemed like just another ordinary day on Wall Street quickly turned into a nightmare for investors around the globe. The Dow Jones suffered the biggest single-day point drop in history, leaving even seasoned market veterans stunned. The reason? Tariffs. Yes, reciprocal tariffs introduced by the Trump administration triggered the crisis. These protectionist measures set off a chain reaction. Companies responded negatively, and investors rushed for cover. Comparisons to the Great Depression of 1929 became unavoidable. That crisis also started with a market collapse and was made worse by poor tariff policies. Now, the market senses a recession is near, and when that happens, fear takes over, confidence disappears, and consumer spending dries up. Volatility has taken over. Institutional investors began offloading assets, and funds stopped making new investments. Every day, people saw their savings shrink overnight. Economic uncertainty is no longer forecast. It's at your doorstep. Understanding tariffs. But what exactly are these tariffs that cause so much damage? Put simply, tariffs are taxes placed on imported goods. The idea behind them sounds fair. Protect local industries and encourage people to buy products made at home. Sounds logical, right? Imagine you're shopping for a car. An imported German model costs $30,000, while an American one is priced at $28,000. If the government added a $5,000 tariff to the German car, it now costs $35,000. The result? Naturally, you turn to the American-made car. But here's the twist. The exporting country doesn't pay that tariff. The importing companies do. And of course, they pass that cost on to you, the consumer. In practice, tariffs are just hidden taxes on the things you buy. The impact of tariffs. So what happens when this tax spreads across multiple sectors? Simple. Prices go up across the board. Clothes, electronics, cars, construction materials. Everything starts costing more. That fuels inflation and quietly eats away at people's purchasing power. And when the effects hit, other countries strike back. China, Canada, European nations, they all retaliate with their own tariffs on American goods. The result? A trade war. A silent conflict with deep consequences. Every tariff from one side triggers another from the other side, creating a vicious cycle. And in the end, we consumers are the ones who lose. Higher prices, fewer choices, tighter household budgets. The cost of living goes up, but wages stay the same, leading to a dangerous imbalance. As the economy slows, we get the full package. Weaker growth, job losses, and reduced investment. Businesses become cautious. Hiring freezes kick in, and we get caught in a downward spiral. It's like a machine rusting from the inside. Harder to turn, harder to grow. Tariffs. Arguments and risks. To be fair, it's important to understand the arguments in favor of tariffs too. Trump argues they shield American companies from unfair foreign competition and help preserve jobs. They also boost government revenue and can be used as leverage in trade negotiations. Politically, it makes sense. It's a patriotic message that resonates with many people, especially those who feel left behind by globalization and want to see the country winning again. But the risks are huge. History shows these moves can backfire. The Smoot-Hawley Act, passed in 1930, raised tariffs on thousands of products and had disastrous effects. The result? The global economy sank even deeper into the Great Depression. International trade collapsed, and unemployment reached record highs. Protectionist policies might seem like a shield, but often they become a trap that chokes the economy from within. Examples of poorly applied tariffs. There are some striking examples of tariffs that, instead of offering protection, ended up hurting the U.S. economy itself. Take Taiwan, for instance. Despite a trade deficit with the U.S., there's a huge technological interdependence between the two countries, especially in the semiconductor industry, which is critical to American and global tech sectors. Imposing tariffs there is like shooting yourself in the foot. You penalize a strategic partner and hurt domestic industries that rely on those components. Another example, Malaysia. Tariffs were applied to products that don't even compete with U.S. industries, like palm oil, which is used in many foods and cosmetics. The result? Higher food prices and no real benefit to the U.S. On top of that, it causes unnecessary diplomatic tension with key trade partners. And then there's a hammer example. Imagine an imported hammer costs $10. The government adds a $5 tariff, and now it's $15. The consumer pays more, but the product is exactly the same. No added value, no new jobs created. Just extra costs passed straight to everyday people. The real economic impact, you might be thinking. Well, at least the government collects more money from tariffs, right? In reality, not so much. Tariff revenue makes up only about 2% of the U.S. government's total income. That's barely a drop in the bucket compared to America's multi-trillion-dollar budget, and it doesn't fix any serious fiscal problems. Trying to replace domestic taxes with tariffs would be a disaster. It's like swapping a car engine for a rubber band. It might move for a while, but it's bound to snap. As spending drops, investment falls, jobs shrink, and the domino effect gets stronger. Businesses stop hiring, delay projects, and money stops circulating in the real economy. Far from being a fiscal solution, tariffs make the broader economic situation worse. Instead of boosting growth, they hold it back. Instead of offering protection, they isolate the country. It's like trying to fix a water leak with duct tape. It might hold for a bit, but pressure always wins. And when it bursts, the damage is deeper and harder to fix. Natural advantages of other countries. One of the most overlooked points in the tariff debate is that some countries are simply better at producing certain things. Brazil, for example, is one of the best in the world at growing coffee. Mexico has the perfect climate for avocados. Ethiopia for cocoa. Why force domestic production of things that can be imported at higher quality and lower cost? In that context, tariffs become artificial barriers to what nature already does best, and that leads to global inefficiency. Instead of working together, countries end up in needless competition, and everyone loses. It's like everyone trying to reinvent the wheel, while ignoring what their neighbors naturally do well. Investment strategies. With all this in mind, the big question is, what should you do as an investor? The truth is, tariffs can have strategic value in national security sectors or in cases of clear unfair competition. But as a broad economic policy, they tend to do more harm than good. And those who suffer the most are low-income families, who spend most of their income on everyday goods. When prices rise, they have less flexibility and face more challenges just to get by. So, if you already invest or are thinking about it, keep these key tips in mind. Take a long-term view. Volatility will pass, and markets usually recover. Don't make emotional decisions. Don't sell in a panic. Market dips are part of the process. Look for opportunities. Crises often present great chances to buy quality assets at a discount. Remember, many great fortunes were built during uncertain times by those who kept calm and acted strategically. Trump's decision has set off a global alarm, and the effects are already being felt. Tariffs might look like a form of protection, but they carry deep risks that impact everything from big companies to your daily expenses. Now more than ever, information and strategy are your best tools. Stay calm, think long-term, and remember, the best investor isn't the one who avoids a storm, but the one who knows how to sail through it. Like, comment, and share this video. Let's help more people protect their financial future.